What different government regulations are there regarding venues you do? Are there specific rules you have to follow?
We are a private company, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to work with government agencies. Most of those are on the first responder side, so we work very closely with the Denver Police Department, Denver Fire, and then Stadium Medical. Regulations that I can think of that impact us the most are ADA regulations, so that's guests with disability. But really there isn't a lot of government interaction with our facility, and not a lot in sports and entertainment.
All right. So then economically, what are the main sources of income for you guys? Obviously ticket sales is a big one, but what are the other main income?
People think that sports teams make a lot of money, but really the costs are so high on the salary side, and just having an entire travel for sports teams, the upkeep of the facility, having a full scouting division on people out, looking for players and upgrade, and trainers and all the front office staff. It's an expensive proposition to run a sports team. So, obviously prices are higher than people would like for a soda or a hot dog or for a parking space, but that's done to keep up with the rising cost of salaries and what it costs to run a team.
Kind of ties into our next topic, which is demographics.
The Avalanche have asked the league to have more and more 1 o'clock games because they like the aspect of all the kids that are able to come.
Oh, yeah.
So on weekends now, on Saturdays and Sundays, you see a lot of 1 o'clock games for the Avalanche, some 3 o'clock and even 5 o'clock games.
That's cool.
We also tie into youth sports. So if your mini-mite team wants to play a game on the ice or be involved in a Caja tournament in our facility and play on a professional sheet of ice, then you can sell some tickets. You can sell tickets that enable you to be in that tournament or have time on the ice.
How does technology play into, or new advances in technology play into business for you guys?
Yes. So many people are on their phones now.
Yeah.
We had to put in the biggest scoreboard in the NBA and NHL to kind of attract people's attention to see, because so many people are looking at their phones, and our old, kind of antiquated, really, it was 15-year-old scoreboard we replaced, a $15 million scoreboard. That was money well spent. We had to do that to grab people's attention. We also had to make the entire building wireless.
So that kind of pulls me into the next topic. So for competition, you mentioned Red Rocks, but are there other main competitors, and how do you deal with that sort of competition?
One advantage we do have over football is if you've brought, and this is a knock on the team at all, it's just the environment there is not real family friendly for younger kids. There's a lot of language issues and fighting and the tailgating, people drink to excess. So we try to make it completely the opposite in our sports, and we just don't allow the language. We actually have people that go around, and we don't allow people to scream obscenities. And
that's nice.
And if somebody's impaired, then we have a deal with Yellow Cab, and we give them a voucher, and we make them go home.
also, how is social media played into your marketing or?
Yeah, every team has their own website. Every facility has their own website. We even have, and then there's Twitter for everything, and we've had to hire companies that help us with that, because you need full-time people that address that. And so we hired a specialty company. It's actually in Boulder that does a lot of our Twitter stuff. And so, the old days where flyers were handed out as people were coming in or leaving a show for future shows.
Yeah.
That's rare. We still do it, but almost everybody's looking at their phones.